this is a previous game because.
Oh, so you have done for this?
No. This was Kazakhstan, France, but just so I can see their names.
Holanda como líder de su grupo, Kazajstán en segundo lugar. Vamos a tener otro encuentro épico en esta cancha. I'm just waiting for my referees to say that we are ready. Y estamos listos para recibir en la cancha a estas dos escuadras para el segundo partido de esta mañana. Please welcome these two teams on the field.
If there's one thing we love in soccer, it's a bit of jeopardy. And that's what we've got in this one. This one's Group F, the unranked, unknown Netherlands, who have won their first two games up against Kazakhstan, one of the most, or the most decorated national side in soccer history. And here's the situation. If the Netherlands get a draw, or of course a win, they will top Group F. If Kazakhstan win, they top the group. If they lose, and then France win later on, Kazakhstan may be knocked out. That's incomprehensible. It's the whites of Kazakhstan, the orange of the Netherlands. And first, it's the national anthems. Salvation Army advert. Dutch National Anthem sounds like a Salvation Army advert. The national anthems of first Kazakhstan and then the Netherlands. And this game is one where anything, literally anything, could happen. Frankie's alongside me.
Well, in boxing, they say styles make fights. And stylistically, these two are polar opposites. The Netherlands, who have been great in their opening 2 matches, coming into this tournament as a relative unknown, have played some really free-flowing soccer. Really fun to watch, really energetic, and just technical quality all across the field. They come up against Kazakhstan, who are perhaps one of the most regimented sides in the international circuit. So it's such an intriguing game, and this will really tell us how far this Netherlands side could go, because if they beat Kazakhstan, who are one of the most, or the most decorated side in soccer, I mean, it's a really good barometer for the quality that the Netherlands have in their ranks. Yeah,
Kazakhstan, runners-up in the World Cup in Budapest 2022, runners-up in the World Cup in Amman 2024, winners in Essen, Germany 2023, the Euro Cup they won in 2023 and 2024. They've got bags of quality, and a lot of the side from the Kazakhstani team made up of Atrium players who are known as the best side. Kazakhstan, number 1 ranked in the world. They've been to 7 major tournament wins and have had 3 major tournament wins and 5 major tournament finals. That's the most of any of the sides, and they have the joint 2nd most of tournaments played. This is their 9th on the international stage, and they are now, post the beginning of this tournament, the side who have played the most games at international soccer level in major tournaments. This is their 54th game, and their win percentage before the tournament began, 74.51%, making them the 4th best side for win percentages. The Netherlands, an unknown, but not any longer. They've really surprised us. They won against Uruguay by 3-1 and incredibly beat France in a rip snorter by 5-4. Kazakhstan get itself underway in the white, of course, and an early shot coming in from Kulekinov, who has been there and done it. It's a kick in for Kazakhstan, and it's Pishkar who scored the winning penalty in 2023 to lift the trophy in Essen against Ukraine. Just played that, rolled it really to the back stick, looking for Avyatov. It wasn't far away, and it was the right ball.
They do that so well, Kazakhstan. You talk about sides hitting the byline, hitting the back post. So well drilled in doing it.
That's a nice little ball down, a really beautiful touchdown by Bouzid. Kick in for the Dutch. They stroke it about so nicely. They're really technically gifted, the Dutch side. Beautiful first touches. An open side. They like to play, they like to be creative. Got a bit of flair about them, have the Netherlands. Kazakhstan with lots of quality and athleticism, structure, organisation, contrasting styles. Fed round the corner and nicked by the Kazakh captain. And wide of the post it goes from the boot of Dozhinov, a World Cup and European Cup winner.
And a man we didn't see last year in Oman. Just shows the quality Kazakhstan have at their disposal, that a man like Dozhinov comes back into the fold and adds to an already deep squad rich in quality.
He is class, no question. That's Pishkar at the back with him. 2 giants, not just in structure, but in reputation of soccer at the back for Kazakhstan. Edging forward is Yerkinbek. On the spin there, Dozhinov, but out of play. Kick in for the Dutch with Bouzid. Back it goes to Van Maasbom. Through into the hands of Yerkinbek. There's another one of the top players, Adilov, shooting, blocked off. Adilov Someone we've seen many times before. Scored against Uruguay. He got a hat-trick against Cyprus at the Euro Cup this year and 6-0 win, and is also a man who has lifted the European trophy. Another one runs through. Now, Kazakhstan usually are the masters of the set piece. Their first two, if you can call a kick in a set piece, which I do, not gone to plan so far.
Well, they certainly work them like set pieces, and we've seen them score some quite incredible goals from them. A volley comes to mind straight away, doesn't it, from a corner kick. Tournament's gone by.
Yeah, that very first game in Euro 24 where they just clipped it to the back post and it was fired into the top corner, virtually from the touchline on the volley. Fine example of what Kazakhstan are all about. They never blow teams away necessarily, Kazakhstan, but they always find a way. Just creep through, usually. And actually, they only actually won 2 games in the 40 minutes when they won the World Cup in Germany. Just got that something about them, that gusto and guts. Beautiful feet there. Not a great pass.
Well, so often in major tournaments, the teams that go on and win it aren't the ones that start emphatically and blow teams away. They're the ones that just gradually get better as the games tick by.
Just simmer up to the boil for the final usually. And they were beaten by the host Oman in the final last year. Scored a late leveller, beaten on penalties. That's Darmani. Got the second goal against France. That's a Kazakh ball, I believe. There's multiple changes in white shirts, a couple in orange. It's a Dutch ball, in fact.
Still yet to see Bissois for the Netherlands, who's mightily impressed me in their opening 2 games.
Ismail, the one you're looking for, and Ismail Susan, known as Smiley, is the one that I'm hoping to see on the pitch. He played at the Grand Prix Sevens in Tbilisi, Georgia earlier this year, and he's a big lad. When I asked the side of Sporting Snob of Morocco, who is your best player, they said it was him. He said to me, "You don't believe me, do you?" And I wasn't sure. And then he came on the pitch and was nutmegging everyone, dropping the shoulder, Cruyff turning everyone and scoring goals. And I went, oh, okay, fair enough.
Well, he got a huge cheer, did Smiley, when he came on against France.
Oh, that's nice football, but it is cut out by the Kazakhs. Yeah, he's just got something about him. He's got an infectious personality. And you're right, the second he touched the ball the other night, the crowd cheered. And it's just something about him that's just very warming.
Well, as much as they impressed me against France, the only thing that I'd say for the Netherlands is they got ever so slightly cocky and they were 5-1 up and they almost blew a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, it got close in the end. France is trying to hit back and Kazakhs trying to hit the Dutch for an opening goal. It's blocked off, it's a corner.
Good defensive work from Ben Youssef. He had to get the touch because that one was heading goalwards.
This is where they can be dangerous. It's Islam Bekelekinov, scored for England at the World Cup last year. Is a European Cup winner. Another corner for Kazakhstan over on the far side. Super Iztok, the referee. Kulekinov will be the man to take it. There is that chip to the back post. There is that volley and almost that goal. A trademark of Kazakhstan.
You almost get deja vu watching Kazakhstan, don't you? Because time and time again they trot out the same moves, but they're so effective at it. And that was a whisker wide of the post.
It's patterns and muscle memory. It's robotic.
Well, they're like a hive mind, the Kazakhs, aren't they?
That's lofted forward. The keeper wasn't sure. The Dutch actually brought it under control at the feet of El Hasnoui. And it's a kick in for the Netherlands. And that's a nice little bit of play as well. It's volleyed wide by El Boubsi, got the first goal against France.
The Netherlands trying to play Kazakhstan at their own game there. Similar move, work to the back post from the corner.
And you might be able to hear some construction behind us. Netherlands looking to construct 3 points and finish table toppers on maximum, which I felt they'd do well. I tipped them to go through, but not this well. If they could beat Kazakhstan, that would be some coup.
Not an easy group either, with Kazakhstan and France in there.
Free kick for the whites of Kazakhstan. I don't think they're going to shoot from here, but you never know. And there it is. And it's a kick in. That is not a good pass. Scully has to just watch it drift past him.
Don't say that too often, do you, about Kazakhstan? Seldom wasteful, but Kalekhanov was
Biswa. Got a touch of the Marcellos about him, hasn't he?
I always love a player with flowing hair, especially where they're as elegant as he. Just adds another dimension, doesn't it? And they float around the pitch, hair bouncing after them.
Well, do you know we had a Turkish player in the Grand Prix Sevens for Gençlik. They called the Turkish Messi. And I thought it was because he was a skillful player before I'd seen him. They told me about him. And I turned up and it was like Leo Messi was actually there on the pitch. It was fantastic. And he was quality, which made it even better.
Well, you have to be if you look like Messi, don't you? Especially if you want to
given.
get a few lookalike jobs.
He looked more like Messi than Messi does. The Dutch bought a free kick there, or is that a kick in? I'm just waiting to see down on the touchline which way that's going. Kazakhs keeping hold of the ball on the touchline, so yes, it will be a kick in for them. Pishkar, the man over it. Lifting forward, header away from Al-Bubsi. Keeper out well, kick in. Netherlands are going to try and take it quickly with Al-Hasnoui. Oranges want a free kick, not going to get one. Scooped forward. On the spin come Kazakhstan. Unable to keep it in was Avyatov, who is also a World Cup winner. Actually missed the first penalty in the final shootout, but didn't matter. Trying to cushion it down. Biswa, but unable to do so. Kick in. Driving run down the left-hand side, but really well marshalled and blocked off by Ismail Halul, who got 2 against Uruguay.
They've done well defensively so far, have the Netherlands. You can't recall too many clear sighters for Kazakhstan.
Clipped all the way through. Dutch kick in. Just over halfway in the first half. 0-0. Nicely played by Holland. Cool as you like. Final ball just missing at the moment.
It is, but you see their quality and the confidence to always receive the pass under pressure. And they've got the ability to back that up.
Nutted away. There's them tricky feet of the Kazakhs. Piecing it together now. Avyatov. Still Avyatov goes. Avyatov trying to get it into the box. And waiting inside was Yelemazov. But it's blocked away and out for the kick in.
Important work again, defensively, from the Netherlands, because as you rightly point out, Yelemazov, he was waiting and he was unmarked inside that penalty area.
One of my favourites as well, Yelemazov. Although I do have a list as long as my arm in soccer. Oh, beautiful! And it was Yelemazov who puts it wide of the post. That was a delicious little move.
It was, and it's the first real time that Kazakhstan have carved the Netherlands open, courtesy of a really clever back heel. Just rolled his foot one way and then flicked it back the other, and it opened up for Yelemazov, who was on his weaker left foot. Had that fallen to his right, he might have expected the net to bulge.
Well, that doesn't look the best, does it? That there is the number 6, Kamal Amaru. And there is certainly some concern there. That might be the end of it for him. And that would be a real shame for the Netherlands.
It would be, and I think most worryingly, it looks like the knee. And when you take a knock to the knee or you take a twist to the knee, doesn't tend to be good news.
Doesn't. Kazakhstan have it on the turn. Here he goes. Laid off. Chance for the shot, but a slide tackle awarded by Artis Kenins of Latvia. Born in Debeli, now currently living in Riga. He refereed the semi-final of the World Cup last year, was on VAR for the final. Watched by his wife Beba and daughter Gabriella. Europa League experience for Artis Kenins. He was a 4th official in that. And he's a top division referee in Latvia, spanning over 9 years. So, quite the CV for Artis. The most gorgeous man I know. And a real nice fella too. Some guys get all the luck, don't they? Well, the shot from Kazakhstan brings about the opening goal. Of course it's a set piece. And Kuanish Begalin, he's been right in the goals for Kazakhstan, gets his 4th of the tournament. He scored against France in the 1-1 draw. He got 2 against Uruguay. He nets against the Netherlands 1-0.
Another set piece from Kazakhstan and another goal. This one, it's a simpler move, just rolled across to Koyanchu, puts the sole of his boot on the ball and then picks out the bottom corner courtesy of the post. Excellent low finish.
And it's the Dutch in possession, it's the Dutch behind. Kazakhstan lead, and as things stand, sit top of the group. This would put them onto 7 points, leaving the Dutch with 4. If things remain the same, there's a long way to go. Kick in for the Kazakhs. Punched away. Quite the orthodox way, but it did the job. Forward come the Dutch then, looking for that equaliser. Just ran him a little wide there, Bouzid, and he had a lot to do. On the spin is Bissois. Challenge from Begalin, the goal scorer. An urgency about the Netherlands now. Darmani. Hoofed away by Kuanish Begalin.
I think the Netherlands are just finding that space is at much more of a premium here against Kazakhstan.
Well, Yesenzo, sorry Frankie, has just gone down off the ball. And that's a slight concern for Kazakhstan, although they do have a fair-sized squad. And it's safe to say that all of them can play.
Well, they're never weakened, are they? Even when they make 4 or 5 substitutions at a time. And instead of the magic water spray, it's the magic can of water that comes on.
Corner for the Dutch. We would look to make it 9 points from 9. Remember that they just need a point to top the group. Kazakhstan need to keep things like this.
Smart work that from Berdebek. He's running forward, he knows there's not an awful lot in front of him. And as the good players do, they know where the player is behind them, wait for the contact and then take a tumble.
Well, favour to finish second now, the Dutch. They would play the winners of Group H in a 10:35 kickoff in the knockout phases. There's a drag back. That's nicely done again by the Kazakhs. This could be a second. It is a second. It's Yesensol who's got it. Netherlands are in trouble now. Kazakhstan 2 goals up.
And we've said, haven't we, when you hammer the ball low and hard into that corridor, you never know where it could end up. And the deflection puts it in the path of Berdebek, who was taking absolutely no chances with the finish, was he? He wasn't far out from goal. But as you'll see on your screens here, as soon as it drops to him, he thumps it past the sprawling keeper.
Ben Youssef can't wriggle past Adilov. Not many people can. A little close for my liking there, Adilov, but on we go.
There's a player rolling around in the penalty area, the Netherlands.
Well, it's Darmani. Now, if there has been any contact there and it's deliberate, I'm sure that will be picked up on our VAS, but there doesn't appear to me to be any confrontation between the two sides. So,
well, he was pointing in the direction of Doshinov, as if to say it was you. You've done this to me.
You've done this to me. Well, he's not looking too good either on his feet. Now, that really would be a blow. Well, I'm certain the referees will check it. Just looking down and seeing the referees in conversation, just wonder, well, we're playing on, so you imagine everything's okay. Challenge is probably too big. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nodded down. Don't think I've said it too often in my lifetime, but Abay Yelemzov's touch is poor. Damani seems to have shaken off that little knock he had in the penalty area a moment ago. Ben Youssef scored the third against Uruguay to seal the win for the Dutch side. Kazakhstan with a draw against France, 1-1. Win against Uruguay by 4-1. They went behind after 4 minutes against Uruguay, but spun it around to win convincingly, and they might find a third here. There it is, surely off the post. Well, I felt that was the wrong ball, the pass. I thought he should be shooting, but it was inch perfect. The touch to finish was just an inch too high.
And it was the right ball in the end. And it was perfectly weighted to Yelemazov, who flicked it goalwards, didn't he? And it just wouldn't come down. It was agonising as it looped and span onto the crossbar.
Bags of experience. Yelemazov scored in World Cup 24 semi-final against Croatia as a European Cup winner. There's a lot of complaints from the Dutch over something, but it's ignored. And the half-time whistle is blown. The Dutch have been really impressive throughout the World Championships. They've raised a lot of question marks, with sides keeping a very close eye on them. They then come up against Kazakhstan, who have taught them a lesson in the first half in what they're all about. 2-0 the score at half-time. Back underway then. It's the Dutch who get us restarted. The Netherlands, remember, just need a draw to top this group. Kazakhstan must win. Haven't seen boss of France, Hugo de Silveira, in the stand, so he may well be watching. And he will be absolutely praying that the Netherlands can turn this around and give France a chance later on today. Long searching ball from Jurkenbeck.
It's a strange one for France because they obviously reached the Euro Cup final and they were really, really good in their opener against Kazakhstan. They limited the Kazakhs to very few opportunities and scored a fine equaliser themselves, but weren't at the races at all when they played the Netherlands. And they had a late gust of wind behind them. As I said earlier on, it's probably more through the Netherlands' complacency than anything else.
Oh, there's a little complacency there, but they've got away with it. Van Maasbommel happy to have the ball roll into his mitts. Chested down by Yesenzo. Here he is again. Little flick across. Now at the feet with Yaskeldi, another World Cup winner in 23. Kick in for the Kazakhs. Nice guy, Yaskeldi. Drops me the odd message on Insta now and again. Keeps me in the loop.
You do a lot of networking, don't you, in the soccer circuit?
Certainly do. I absolutely love that side to soccer. Of course, there's so many people involved. So many are willing and happy to have the conversations with you, which really makes my day. Hugo Silveira, by the way, one of those, absolutely. No Ty Basarov for Kazakhstan. Not nearly found a way. Feels a little strange not having Ty Basarov at the major tournaments. King of Kazakhstan in my eyes. And again, it's blocked off. And it hasn't gone out, and it could be three. Oh, goodness me, past the post, Yaskeldi. It didn't even go out, it's still in play. The Kazakhs unable to find another goal. The Dutch will come forward. Not seen a lot of the ball in the Kazakh half so far. A chance now. Good defending at the feet of El Hasnoui. Now back with Kazakhstan. Clipped over the top. It was the right ball, just the wrong execution. It will fall into the hands of the Netherlands. Advyatov wasn't going to get there.
Well, that was the strangest passage of play when Kazakhstan hit the post that I've ever seen. The spin was ever so kind to the Kazakhs and dropped back with virtually an open goal. Kissed the inside of the post and then just rolled across the goal line. As you say, somehow stayed in. I feel that would have been game, set and match Kazakhstan.
Well, I always say it, every tournament, Kazakhstan just have this knack of finding a way. And at the moment, they are finding a way to the top of the table. They lost their opening game against Uruguay last year. And here they come now. Oh, that is wonderful, tricky feet from Adalov. What a player he is.
He'd gone past one and then it just shifted his weight, didn't it?
Managed to grab a smudge with him at the airport in Moldova.
They play and they compete so fiercely, do Kazakhstan, but off the field, they're gentle giants.
Yeah, they really are. Pishkar is the man over it, with his hands on his hips. This is where you love watching Kazakhstan. What can they conjure? Nothing on this occasion as it's clipped away by Ben Youssef. Jurkenbeck, who really hasn't had a lot to do. Advyatov, good feet. Just drops that shoulder and wriggles away, doesn't he? He's a tricky player. Pishkar couldn't find the feet of Adalov. The Dutch have just lost that little bit of magic, haven't they? There's a sparkle missing about the Netherlands side this morning.
It's the first time we've seen them out of ideas and out of inspiration, really. but credit to the Kazakhs, who, as we questioned how the stylistic differences would shape up, Kazakhstan's structure, shape, just slammed the door on the Netherlands so far.
Yeah, they've got a way of just crushing your spirit, Kazakhstan.
They're like a boa constrictor, aren't they? Just tightening their grip as the game and the tournament draws longer. And they're suffocating the Netherlands here, that's for sure.
No need to put the squeeze on Van Maasbommel, who just kicked it out of play miles away from an orange shirt. Oh, what a turn that is, and it could be, it's wide. Avyatov with a delightful little spin and putting it past the upright.
Would have been a beautiful goal if that found the bottom corner. Spun on a sixpence, Avyatov.
That's better from the Dutch. Total football at the back. Doesn't really have an option. Tries to thread the eye of a needle into the penalty area, and Kazakhstan have space, usually deadly in situations like this. This time the keeper stands strong, does well. Rakib just couldn't get it across.
Well, conversations between he and Adilov, because he wanted Adilov to charge towards the back post, but Adilov had come short. I think it just delayed when the pass came. The Netherlands managed to get numbers back.
Kick in. There's that clip, but again it's read by the Dutch. Falls to a white shirt though, past the post. I'm not sure if he was shooting or just trying to roll it in for a fellow Kazakh. It was Dozhanov who sent it back. Dutch go long. Double punch away from Jurkenbeck. Just sensing the clip on the back was Adilov and goes to ground, and that's Experience.
They've got plenty of it, Kazakhstan. As you mentioned, as you read down the names, so many major tournament appearances, finals played.
Biswa! What a goal! Something from nothing. A moment of magic. Netherlands back in it. They just need one more for a point to top the group. 2-1.
Talk about a bolt from the blue, that's a bolt from the orange. Something of nothing from the Netherlands. Biswa, it was actually a pass, but there was so much pace on it that by the time it evaded his teammate, it found the bottom corner. You just see that. There was a Netherlands play in and around it. There was enough momentum to take it past Jurkenbeck.
Will the Dutch have their tails up now? They know that a point is good enough for them. Both sides at the moment in a comfortable position to qualify still, but top the group is what they'll want to do, the Dutch. At the moment it will be the Kazakhs with a 2-1 lead. France would have liked that goal. And Rob Burke's keeping an eye on it as well from the Crystal Urban Hotel. Asked me what time the kickoff was. He's been looking forward to this one as well. A game that most sides have got their eye on. Kick in. On the cutback. Well, that's unfortunate for Yesenzol because it just bobbled as he went to hit it.
Just wouldn't sit down, would it?
Goal kick. Robust header away from Jaskeldi. Kick him for the Dutch. And they're a passionate bunch, these Netherlands players. If they get an equaliser, I think we'll see some scenes. A little bit more energy and urgency about the Dutch since hitting the back of the net.
It gives you a lift, doesn't it? Because as we said, Kazakhstan were just chipping and chipping away at them, dampening down their spirit. Just gives you that extra zip and energy in tired legs.
Biswa, not quite as accurate as he was with a shot with the pass, but it's kept in. Ben Youssef. Biswa again. Keeping the ball now, the Netherlands, which Hasn't really been the case throughout the game. It's amazing, as you say, what a goal can do. Biswar again, charging through the middle. Wants a free kick, denied by Artis Kerins. And now the Kazakhs will come forward, and it's sliced right into the Crocodiles. We'll never see that ball ever again. Gobbled up. Leave it a second. It's a disconcerting feeling to have a stadium right next to the Crocodiles. And I was speaking to Florios Alefri, the Greek referee, this morning, and he was saying it amazes him how there's just a sign to go, oh, by the way, there's crocodiles right there, watch out.
And no Mexican seems bothered by it. They're all in the bushes, picking out litter, chopping down the branches. I definitely wouldn't want to be a ball boy at this tournament.
It's almost as normal for us as just to walk through a countryside field and see a cow.
Cows haven't quite got the snap that a crocodile does.
That's gone out of play. Unlucky. Good feet from Balhalal, but ran out of space. Iskaldi. A little frustrated with himself.
They're beginning to force those mistakes, aren't they, the Netherlands?
Yeah, they've just rattled Kazakhstan slightly, although they're not really the type. That's lovely footwork. Nice turn as well. Keeping the ball, and that now is more like the Netherlands we've seen in the opening two, and on the spin was the shot. Just didn't quite get the touch right. El Hasnoui, it goes over the bar, 2-1.
It was a difficult one to receive, but he did well with it, El Hasnoui. First touch was taking him away from goal, and quickly had to try and wrap himself back around it.
That one's run away and out. Kazakhs giving away possession a little cheaply from the restart. Spreading themselves more now as well, aren't they, the Dutch? The shape is better, trying to open up the pitch a little bit. Forward comes Van Mas Bommel. Turn from El Boubsi. Prodded away from the toe of Rakib. Ben Youssef. Still Ben Youssef. Oh, beautifully done. Good, tenacious work from Ben Youssef again. It's just a little bit of a slow burn, but you feel it's coming. Ben Youssef again, it's skinned his man. Almost gets a goal to the near post. Had he scored that, it would have been a beauty. And if there were a roof in this place, it might have come off.
Well, we've seen that skill from Ben Youssef 3 or 4 times now. The drag from right foot to left to skip past the man. I think the Kazakhs know it's coming, but they just can't stop it. Once again, danced his way through, and it was a real fierce effort.
Blocked off at the near post. That will be another corner for the Netherlands. You feel like it's coming though, don't you? Touchdown. Nicely done. The Dutch looking for it. They nearly had it. Kazakhstan had the advantage and they're furious that they didn't get it. Free kick awarded. And that's probably done the Dutch a favour.
It has, because Adolov was away. And as soon as the whistle blew, he just grabbed the ball, jumped in the air and let out a scream because he wanted to be allowed to play on. But it will give the Dutch the opportunity to get back into shape. Much slicker from them in this second half. They've got the belief now and the swagger that's accompanied them in their first 2 matches.
Yeah, they've sprung to life in this second half. About 6 minutes to go. Nice from the keeper with his feet. The ball too long and Van Mas Bommel will gobble it up. Still he goes. That's a nice ball. Good feet as well. Oh, beautiful feet given away though. They've got some flair, haven't they, these Dutch players?
They've got buckets of it.
They just don't care either. They don't pay anyone any respect. They believe that they're the best. And they will just go out and do what they do, enjoy their football. It's a lovely thing to watch. Into the area, it's 2-2! Safu and Karim has completed a comeback for the Dutch. They only need a point to top the group. Kazakhstan look fully in control. Netherlands will be delighted. So too will France. It's changed completely around. It's 2-2.
Well, the Netherlands, who are a shadow of themselves in that first half, have come alive in the second. We said it was coming, and there it is, the equaliser. And I tell you what, Dan, I don't think they're going to stop there. They'll want the win, and they'll want to bloody the nose of one of the most revered soccer nations.
France need another from the side in orange. The Dutch now just need to retain the 1 point, which they've worked hard for, to top the group. Kazakhstan need a win to top the group. 2-0 lead, diminished by the Dutch, who have been more dominant in the second half. Pieced things together beautifully, shown some wizardry skills. And here they come again. They're looking for the third to completely turn it around. That is a push, and that is potentially going to be a yellow card. Artist Kenneth says, right, that's enough of that. You'll get no more chances. Free kick.
I think he's a lucky man. Mashidov not to see the cheese there, because Biswal was racing forward, and he actually tried to stay on his feet because he had men left and right of him, and he wanted to carry on with the counter rather than get the free kick. He looks to be in a tiny bit of discomfort down there on the turf. He took a real shove through the back. He's the conduit, though, isn't he, for the Netherlands? Everything flows through him.
There's been some moments of magic from them all. Free kick for the Dutch. Elas Nue over it. He runs away and he's bashed into the leg by Ayoub El-Boubsi. Well, we did say before that second, you felt like it was coming. And dare I say, with not a long time left to go, it feels to me like a third Dutch goal's coming.
Well, it's difficult for Kazakhstan now. You've blown a 2-goal lead, and the pendulum has firmly swung in the favour of those orange shirts.
Well, they're not shutting up shop, the Dutch, despite just that 1 point required to ensure that they are group table toppers. Change made for the Dutch. Back on comes Buzit. Kulekinov. To the edge. And that would be so typically Kazakh, seeing the Dutch come back and have all the momentum and then just watch Kazakhstan retake the lead. Then Yusuf sends it. Going for the spectacular was Buzit, and if it come off, it would have been quite the spectacle.
That's what you have to admire about this Netherlands side. They will try literally anything out there.
Well, they've been the great entertainers at times. Not just on the pitch, but in the stands as well. Very close to the Moroccans. You'll notice a big Moroccan contingency in the Dutch side. They've been supporting each other. At times, they haven't been supporting each other either, just because they're such good friends. There was an own goal the other night which brought about laughter, and it was just one big party from them, and it's nearly a massive party there. Bul Hilal puts it just past the upright. They want it. They really want it.
And they were close to it there, and it's much like the Netherlands we've seen in their opening two fixtures. So quick from back to front, flowing move, worked over to that far post. And Jurgen Beck would have been sweating.
The unknown Netherlands, the great pretenders. They're not pretending here. This is becoming very real for Kazakhstan, and even more real at the moment for France, who are watching this and praying that the Netherlands can get a third.
For an unranked side to do this to Kazakhstan is quite spectacular.
Really is, but here come the Kazakhs. They need that one more goal to top the group themselves. And here will come the Dutch. We're in the last minute of the game, and it still could go either way. Not with that pass, though.
Well, there's not long left, but there's something in me saying there's one more chance in this one.
yeah, you feel that it could still be decided at either end. Yelemazov might be able to do something about it. Still he goes, Yelemazov, that's a booking, surely. Artis Kennins again will keep his card in his pocket, I think, but that was a nasty challenge. It was beautiful skill down the left-hand side from Yelemazov. He's probably fortunate, the Dutch player, that it is Artis Kennins, because he is someone who doesn't like to unbalance the numbers on the field. He will give you the benefit of the doubt and try and keep the game as competitive as he possibly can do.
We've seen yellows for less, that's certain. But it's a set piece for Kazakhstan. And there's always a chance when Kazakhstan have a set piece, as we know.
There absolutely is. Can the Kazakhs find the winner at the death? At the near post and blocked away, out for a corner. Biswa getting a knee to it. Biswa does well, just gets the block in, waits for the contact, goes to ground, and that's the full-time whistle. The Netherlands have got a really credible draw against Kazakhstan. 2-0 down, they fought back with goals from Karim and Biswa. That was some game, Frankie. Netherlands, top Group F. No one would have thought that before this tournament kicked off.
Statement well and truly made. They come in unseeded, unranked, and they're in a group with France, who made the Euro Cup final, and Kazakhstan, who are ranked #1 in the world, and they find themselves at the peak of it come the conclusion of their last game. And what I like from the Netherlands today is we've seen in the previous matches that they've got the flair, they've got the skill, they've got the ability. But in this match, their character and their spirit had to be tested, because they were 2-0 down to Kazakhstan. And as anyone will know who watches soccer, it's a long road back when you're in that situation. But they're on top for almost the entirety of the second half, and very good value for their point in the end. Could have even potentially found the winner. Impressive stuff from them, and signs that they're far from done in this competition.
2 wins and 1 draw for the Netherlands. 2 draws and 1 win for Kazakhstan. They'll both be in the knockout phases. Frankie's coming up next on the hour for the next kickoff. Well, no, he's not, because that's it, isn't it? We're done.
Well, you panicked me there, Dan, because I hadn't had any preparation in my notebook.
Well, I should explain myself and qualify that in the fact that there's been 3 games every morning so far, and this one's a double. So we are done. There is a game later on tonight, though, you'll be pleased to know. 5 o'clock, Frankie, confirm.
5 o'clock we kick off our evening action. So a bit of a longer break for us and a bit of a longer break for you, but plenty more soccer coming your way.
Thank goodness the senior commentator has finally got the timing right on the evening game. That's it for the morning from Cancun for the TUI Soccer World Championship. Until later on, have a good day.